The girl in the car window opposite me, she keeps on staring at me. Does she love me? How will I know? Will I ever know? The girl in the car window opposite me, she keeps on looking at me.
Alright, hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's video. In this week's video, I am excited to be coming to you from a new place. This is actually my mom's new little office. She turned a closet in my parents' bedroom into a little office for her to work and draw in, and it's super cute. And so she offered it for a video location, and so I totally took advantage of it. So welcome to the new office. So this week's video is about a message that I got inspiration for, I guess, about my school. So at my school, as you've seen in my videos, it has a lot of really old buildings and it's super beautiful, and some new buildings as well, but the old buildings specifically are really beautiful. And so one old building is called Maine, and on the side of it, as you may have seen in videos, it has a ton of vines and they're just overgrown across the whole few sides of the building, and it looks super nice, especially in fall when they turn different colors, and just all throughout the year. It's a very iconic place in my school. And recently the maintenance department actually took down the vines, so they tore them down because it is a really old building and the brick is really old. So my friends and I were all very sad because that's such an iconic place to us and an important place to our memories of school and everything like that. But we also understand because stuff like that with vines and everything can get unsafe over time. But I was thinking about that and how for a day we were kind of mourning the loss of these vines and this idea of beauty in our school. And obviously the school is beautiful in so many other ways, but this specific icon to us really meant a lot. So I was thinking about that, and it came to me that that was almost a metaphor for this past year, I think, and a lot of things in life, but specifically the past year, because we all, like everyone around the world, has this life and it's very iconic, and there aren't pandemics in it and stuff like that, and it's this beautiful wall covered in vines. And then last year, for some of us more than others, but this past year, those vines were kind of torn down. That normalcy, if the normalcy is the vines, that was torn down, and none of us knew what to do because we didn't know the wall without the vines. But those vines, they were thrown into the back of pickup trucks and probably taken away to woods to be grown again. So if you think about that, it's really sad that the vines were taken off the walls, and we're all definitely mourning that loss. But by the vines being taken to the woods, they then grow there and they benefit the nature in the woods. Like, new growth happens, and it's not the growth that you would think because we don't see the growth in the woods, but new growth happens. So I just thought that that was a really nice metaphor for the normalcy that we've lost and how we're all making do with the kind of empty wall at this point, because none of us really know what the future holds as much as we once thought we did. But those vines have now been taken to the woods, and so our new emotions are growing the woods and they're benefiting the woods, and we're learning how to live without the vines on the walls, but new vines come back. And I think that that's a really cool idea, that like new nature is always growing, so new vines are going to grow back and we will all get through this. But I was just thinking of that as a nice message, since yesterday was 1 year since the nationwide lockdown for the US started, and I was kind of reflecting on that yesterday and what my family and all of my friends, what we've learned from this past year and everything that's changed, which definitely we've all grown in good ways, and we miss some of the old stuff before a pandemic was a thing. But just think of where the vines are going and how they're benefiting the woods, wherever your woods are. So I hope you enjoyed this little message. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and go to the blog post that I wrote about this, because I wrote a little poem on the blog post and it's cute, and I don't really write poetry, so I didn't know how to feel about it, but it's just a cute little poem about what happens when the vines are torn down. So be sure to go check that out. And the link for my blog is down below. So give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features.
Bye.